Greetings, salutations, welcome to another video. It's Halloween, y'all. It's the spooky time of the year. So, before we get started, I tried to dye my hair pink. The hair dye didn't take. We're not going to talk about it. It just left my scalp pink, so whatever. This guy right here, this is Henry. He is my plastic skull. Plastic. So, putting that out there. Also, do you like my earrings? The little ghosty bobs. My friend Heidi made them for me. If you would like some, you can go check out her Facebook page. She makes all sorts of things out of rubber bands that, like, my mind can't really comprehend, but she does it nonetheless. And you know, if you want to check it out, I will leave a link to the Facebook page in the description. I don't know if the little like iCard thing works, but if that works, I'll put it up here too. Okay, I think it's up here. So, you know how I said I wanted to like try and finish like those like 10 books that I was in the middle of? Yeah, that didn't happen. This was by far my worst reading month, and I'm not very proud of it. But I read one book to completion. I read like chunks of other books, but I only started and completed one book in the month of September. And I watched one movie. The book that I'm talking about, I still have it because I haven't given it back to the library yet. But it's The Crow by James O'Barr. I love the movie, the '94 film with Brandon Lee. One of my favorite movies of all time, okay? Okay. So I decided I wanted to read the source material because I fell down a rabbit hole of watching just a bunch of videos about like the behind the scenes and whatnot of The Crow. So I was in the mood and I was like, you know what? I want to read The Crow. So I placed a hold on it, got it from the library, I read it. It was very good. I can't remember what I rated it. I think it was 5 stars. I think it was 5 stars. If you don't know, The Crow follows Eric Draven. Him and his fiance were brutally murdered on Halloween Eve, the night before their wedding. So, but in this, Eric Draven has been resurrected. He's come back from the dead and he is seeking vengeance on those that murdered him and his fiance. And that's essentially the whole plot. It's very dark. While I did rate it 5 stars, not everyone should read this. There are a fair amount of triggering things in it, so just be aware of that if you ever decide to pick this up. This is not at all for the faint of heart, so bear that in mind. I enjoyed it. The art style, it was hit or miss at times. You could feel the emotion pouring off of these drawings and the art and whatnot. I really enjoyed it. It's certainly not for everyone, so just, you know, be aware of that. Read some reviews, see if this is something that you can handle. The movie that I watched, wow, I did this out of order, but you know what, we're rolling with it. I feel like I watched 2 movies this month, but for the life of me, I can't remember what other movie I watched, and I didn't log it on Letterboxd, so oh well. But the movie that I watched that I can actually remember is Twilight. Yes, the movie that I watched was Twilight. For the umpteenth time, I will not deny, I love Twilight. It is easy to follow along. I don't know what you want me to say here, okay? There's really no defense for it. I just like it. And that's all there is to it. Now that that like little mini wrap-up or whatever, that rambling mess of a wrap-up is done, time to get into the books that I would like to read in the month of October. Now I know, you're probably wondering,
Cheyenne, have you learned from this track record that you've been keeping of, saying you're going to read a bunch of books and then maybe reading two?
I have not learned, because I'm hoping that one of these days it will stick and I will read all of the books that I say I am going to read. When that happens, that'll be great. But until then, I'm going to keep trying, and I'm probably going to keep failing until I succeed. Because that's how that works. So the first 3 books on this list are books that I'm currently in the middle of, or I started and then set aside and haven't come back to for a little while. But either way, I would like to finish them this month. The first book is Midnight Sun. I know.
Cheyenne, didn't the book come out in August?
Yes, it did.
Didn't you start it in August?
Yes, again. It's a freaking chonker. First of all. Second of all, I'm savoring it, okay? But I'm not going to savor it for much longer because I'm finishing it this month. Okay? I'm finishing it. I'm saying it now. I'm going to do it now. Well, I'm not going to do it now. I'm going to do it this month sometime though. I will finish it. It will happen. And when I do, when it does happen, I will rejoice because it's not even as long as Breaking Dawn. Anyway, yes, this is the first book that I would like to finish. Hopefully it actually happens. It better happen or I will not be happy with myself, okay? Okay. The next book that I would like to finish, and I will probably finish it very soon, is To All the Boys I've Loved Before by Jenny Han. This was a buddy read with Hannah over on All Things Henny, and Heidi over on Heidi Chip Reads. Hannah's already finished it. I don't know if Heidi's finished it yet. I still haven't finished it and I need to, and I have like 142 pages left. So I'm going to try to finish this very soon. Hopefully. Maybe. We'll see. And now, since it is the spooky month, there is a book that I started back in summer reading and then never finished it. That is The Woman in the Window by A.J. Finn. If you don't know, The Woman in the Window follows Anna Fox. She is an agoraphobe. She cannot leave her house because large open spaces terrify her. Then she's holed up in this house. All she can really do for fun is like go onto like forums for agoraphobes, watch TV, and spy on the neighbors from her big old window. One day she sees this family move in across the street and her interest is piqued, so she, starts watching them. One night she sees something hinky going on across the street. It's the woman that she's befriended being murdered, which that's no bueno. So she tries to alert the police, but because of her afflictions, she is seen as an unreliable source, and it's not really looked into any further. However, some people do believe her. So, it's a thriller. I thought it'd be good for the spooky season. It's gonna happen this month. Hopefully. Maybe. It's 427 pages, and I am apparently on page 68, so we'll see. Hopefully this can happen. The next book that I would like to read in the month of October is Words on Bathroom Walls by Julia Walton.
One day, I was scrolling through Facebook, as one does, and 5 feet apart, one of my all-time favorite books, movies, whatever, I saw that the official Facebook page had posted a trailer, and I was like, oh, what's this? I watched it, and I was like, oh my goodness, that looks like such a good movie. Is it a book?
It is, in fact, and I want to read it. All I really know about this is that we follow the main character, Adam, who is diagnosed with schizophrenia, and he is struggling with that, along with just, you know, normal teenage existence. So, the trailer for the movie looked really cute. I'm hoping this is as well. We will find out. And hopefully the answer is yes, it is as cute, but we'll see. The next book that I would like to read in the month of October is The Diviners by Libba Bray. I know, I'm probably really late to the party. I'm pretty sure the series actually wrapped up this year, maybe last year. I can't really remember, but I know that the series has wrapped up, and I know that it was apparently, some people see it as anticlimactic, so I'd like to find out for myself. But in order to find out for myself, I have to actually read the series. So I'm going to start with the first book. This book is set in the 20s. It follows the main character, Evie. She moves in with her uncle, who is apparently obsessed with the spooky things, and she's got some supernatural gift that could lead her to finding a serial killer. That's literally all I know because I skimmed the back cover here. Yeah. I'm looking forward to that book. The next book that I would like to get to is Pet Sematary by Stephen King. I tried to read this book last year, but the copy that I got from the library was like a weird edition, and the print was too small and the pages were too big, and it was just too much for me to really do, so I ended up DNFing it. But this year I decided I really want to try and finish it. So I got this edition, which the pages are smaller. The text still looks kind of small, but we're gonna roll with it and hope that I can actually finish it this year. If you don't know, this book follows Louis Creed, who's a doctor. He's taken a position in Maine, and so he moves his family to the rural town of Ludlow. The place is charming, lovely, they're in love with it, but the longer they stay there, the more dark secrets they find lurking amidst the pet cemetery in the woods behind their house. Basically, we see a man's descent into madness, and it's kind of sad. This is Stephen King's darkest novel. He felt it too dark to publish. I've seen the movie, the 1989 one, not the 2019 one. We're not touching that one, but I really enjoyed it. It's one of my favorite horror movies. I'm excited to actually read and finish this book. Up next, we have There's Someone Inside Your House by Stephanie Perkins. Now, I believe Stephanie Perkins is a mostly contemporary author. This is supposed to be a young adult thriller, so we'll see how that goes. I don't know much about it. This is another book I started last year and then ended up DNFing. It wasn't intentional. I didn't intentionally DNF it, but I got 22 pages in and then forgot about it. So this may be one of the books that I actually legitimately get to because it is so short. So yes. Alrighty, and last but not least, I figured, you know what, we've got like some YA, we've got some like adult horror in there, thrillers, whatever you want to call them. I should try and fit in a classic in there somewhere. So the classic that I picked is good old Dracula by Bram Stoker. Believe it or not, I've never read this. I know, shocking. I can't tell you why I haven't read it yet. I just haven't read it yet. I don't know why I made time for Twilight first before this. The longer I think about it, the more disappointed I am in myself, so we're just gonna leave it at that. There we go. This has been my October, I guess my September wrap up and my October TBR, whatever. Let me know down in the comment section what books you plan on reading this month, or even heck, what movies you plan on watching this month too. I want some like spooky movie recommendations. Please. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please be sure to hit that like button. You can also subscribe down there and hit that little notification bell. That will notify you of when I upload new videos. I try to upload once a week. Emphasis on try. Okay? Okay. That is all. I guess I will see you in my next video. Bye!